Are you from IT field and you are more interested in digital security? That's where you can think of your career as a cybersecurity specialist. So in this video, you will get to know what all skills required to be a good cybersecurity engineer. So let's begin your career as a cybersecurity engineer via this video. So as a cybersecurity engineer, we will talk about some prerequisite. Then there are various types of cybersecurities and we will talk about that. Then there are some general implementation framework. We will see those. And again, as a cybersecurity specialist, what all things are there at granular level, we will check it out that. So start with the prerequisites. So if you want to build your career as a cybersecurity engineer, you need to have some basic knowledge of some communication protocol. So when I say, so as a cybersecurity engineer, we will see there are some prerequisites you need to know. Then there are various types of cybersecurities and we will talk about that. Then there are some general implementation frameworks. So we will see those. And apart from that, some granular level details as a cybersecurity specialist we are going to discuss. So start with prerequisites. So when it comes to the cybersecurity specialist, you need to know some communication protocol. So that's where you need to know BGP, DNS, domain name system protocol, DHCP, FTP, HTTP, SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. And there are many other common protocols which you need to know as part of your cybersecurity engineering career. Apart from that, you need to have a hacker's mindset. Then you need to be good in at least one of the operating system and its scripting languages. So suppose you are working on Linux, so you need to know Linux scripting. And suppose you are from Windows platform, so you need to be good in PowerShell scripting. Apart from that, you need to know some networking basic concept. Then you need to have a knowledge of antivirus product and how to use them. As a cybersecurity specialist, it is good to know some data privacy laws like GDPR, which is very popular in Europe, CCPA, which is California Consumer Privacy Act from California, and HIPAA, that is commonly used for healthcare industry. So Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. So you need to know all these privacy act as part of your cybersecurity journey. Coming to the programming, so many times as a cybersecurity specialist, you may need to develop some programs in order to enhance your security protocol. And that's where it is good to know some Python basic, core Java, JavaScript, and C#. So when you know these programming languages, so you can easily interpret what is happening in the program and in your software, and you will be in a better position to fix those issues. Apart from that, authentication plays very important role, and that's where you need to know cookie-based authentication, OAuth, base auth, token auth, JWT, JSON Web Tokens, OpenID, and SAML protocol. So these are some of the authentication methods you need to know as a prerequisite as part of your cybersecurity journey. Now coming to the next part, that is various types of cybersecurities. So first one is based on the usability. So the way we use our day-to-day password and even protection things. So that's where you need to be good in providing password protection and its complexities. Email encryption is very important part based on the usability. Information protection and categorization. So generally we categorize organizational information as a private, public, and internal. So you need to be good in that categorization. Awareness about data privacy laws that we saw a few minutes back. Then usage of digital signature. Good to use digital signature nowadays. Even in government offices, digital signature is being very popular. And social engineering, that is very important. So when you interact with the people, many times people fetch out your information. So you need to create that awareness about social engineering as part of your cybersecurity career. So currently, many crimes are happening in cybersecurity, and that too again in web security space. So that's where you need to know cookie tracking, SSL and TSL protocol to secure your web communication, malware protection, phishing attacks. So if there is any dummy site, you need to track that site and block that site. Spyware, Trojan, ransomware, then attack prevention safety. So if any attack happens, then it is a critical situation, but it is good to stop that attack. And another thing, which is dark web monitoring, which is very important in case of web security. Now coming to the next part, which is cryptography and its encryption. So many times when we implement the cyber security, we use various keys and password. So we need to protect and encrypt those keys inside key vault. So key vault is one of the technology which is used for password and key management. Apart from that, whatever encryption we use, we need to use it very diligently. So that is something which is related with cryptography. Coming to the hardware security. So as part of hardware security, you need to be good in data center management and hardware maintenance. Hardware labeling and detection, it is very important. So when you are working in wide network, and if any hardware fails, so you should be in a good position to detect that hardware immediately and fix if there is anything wrong. So in big data centers, it could be power disconnection, some cable will be broken. So those are common issues, and that's where hardware labeling and detection plays very important role. Hardware repository management and insurance, that is again very important activity. Power protection devices like UPS, Vault Guard, and Spike Guard. So you need to take care of all these power protection devices. Then air conditioning is very important. So when you are working in big data centers, and if you are maintaining those hardware, so that's where hardware heat ups and you need to cool down them, and that's where air conditioning and its working is very important. Then BitLocker drive encryption, which is for hardware level or hard disk protection, is important. Coming to the next part, which is network security. So as part of network security, you need to know how the LAN, WAN, and MAN topologies work. Then OSI model, what is TCP/IP working, and UDP protocol, network devices, how the routing works, firewall, how the firewall is configured. Then in order to protect network, we have a NAC, network access control protocol. So how it is configured and how it works in the backend. So all these things you need to know. Gateway implementation, virtual private network security, you need to manage. Sandboxing, endpoint security, then traffic analysis and IP spoofing. These are some of the things you need to know as part of network security. Now coming to the another crucial part is database. So when you work in software industry, most of the time data is being maintained inside database. So you need to know the architecture of database in a better way, so that you will be in a good position to fix anything which is related with security. Then understanding the database vulnerabilities. So tool and knowledge, research database vulnerability, so that you will be in a good position to control those vulnerability and possible attacks. Then SQL injection attacks, backup and recovery, database access framework. So these are the things related with database security you need to know as part of your cyber security career. Now coming to the system security. So few minutes back we saw, right, whether you are working in Linux or Windows operating system, you need to know some fundamentals about OS operating system and its security. Kernel hacks, these are very important things. Then internet working protocol, already we saw some of the internet protocols. Then Trojan horse, security software utilities. So there are various utilities available in order to protect various softwares, right? It could be specific to software, or there are some generic utilities as well. Distributed denial of service attacks. So anybody keep on bombarding on specific request on specific site. So that's where denial of service attack plays very important role. Choosing hardware vendors and services, that could be the role you need to play as part of the system security engineer. Security services. So when it comes to the security services, you need to know directory services, Active Directory, Open LDAP, and Kerberos, which is very popular when it comes to the authentication and authorization. So you need to know all these protocols. Authentication and authorization methodologies as a common protocol. Just few minutes back we saw, right? OAuth, basic authentication, token authentication, JWT, OpenID. So these basic authentication and authorization methodologies you need to know. Now coming to the next part, which is enhancing the performance of your application or web application. So that's where Memcache, Redis, these technologies plays very important role. Then remote login, whenever you are right now working from home is very common, right? And you access your boxes remotely, and that's where SSH, secure socket protocol, plays very important role. Then password manager is very helpful utility to manage your various password. Coming to the security protocols, so we have DNS, Kerberos, SMTP, SSL, TLS, and for email communication, we have SMTP, IMAP, and POP3 protocols. So if you are working on the email communication side and its security, so you need to know all these protocols diligently. Apart from that, there is a mobile security, endpoint security, email security. Few minutes back, we saw various email protocol, right? So you need to know how the identity access management security works, and considering the adaptability of cloud platform. So that's where cloud computing and its security also plays very important. So you need to know some fundamentals of cloud computing, working of hybrid model, and edge node security and its connectivity, and overall network which is on the cloud platform. So you need to understand that part also as part of your security. So these are some of the types as part of cybersecurity. Now coming to the general framework. So when you play the role of cybersecurity, you need to implement the firewall. So that's where firewall checks, vulnerability checks, and there will be some dedicated teams in terms of governance and risk compliance. That is your security control team. And apart from, there could be SOC, means Security Operations Center. So that's where monitoring and creating alerts. So anybody will be, means there will be a dedicated team, and that team will be monitoring those alerts and informing it to the governance, risk, and compliance team, so that they can take the appropriate action. So that way, these are some of the general implementation framework when it comes to the enterprise level implementation of the cybersecurity. So suppose now you want to build your career as a cybersecurity specialist. So there are very dedicated cybersecurity certification and some courses. So coming to the first one, which is IBM Cybersecurity Specialist. Apart from that, there is a Google Security Specialist also. And there are some emerging areas when it comes to the cybersecurity. So out of that, blockchain security is grabbing lots of attention. Then blinding algorithms, IoT security, AI-driven privacy and security, that is also grabbing lots of attention these days. Then coming to the IT infrastructure services. So when you are managing your cybersecurity career, so you need to manage the IT infrastructure also. And that's where incident responses, then business continuity plan, disaster recovery, replication and backup, system upgrade and downgrade plans and their execution, software installation and upgrade, data migration plan. So these activities plays very important role in terms of IT infrastructure and services. There is very popular tool when it comes to the cyber security and implementation of enterprise level security, that is InfoSec. So you can explore and learn more about InfoSec. Then apart from that, we have Windows Cybersecurity Specialist. So if you are working in Windows platform, Windows operating system, and managing various applications on Windows platform, so that's where we have a dedicated cybersecurity specialist known as Windows Cybersecurity Specialist. Apart from that, if you are planning some wider and greater role as part of the cybersecurities, you can join some anti-virus organization, and that's where Norton 360, McAfee, Bitdefender, Avira, and some of these popular antiviruses. Coming to the Cisco security, so when it comes to the Cisco and at network level, we have various certificates. So out of that, CCNA, CCNP, CCIC, and CCENT, these are some of the popular certificates which you can definitely think of in order to understand networking devices and their communication protocols. Coming to some other popular security devices, so you can see this list. So out of that, Kali Linux is very famous when it comes to the implementation of cybersecurity. But apart from that, you can see there are various tools, so you can learn and explore these tools and get to know more details about these tools. So this is all about cybersecurity and its skills required to be a good specialist. So again, you don't need to know all these skills. You need to select that one operating system and one specialist skill and master it. So please put in the comment section which operating system you are going to choose as part of your cybersecurity career. Then we talk about various types, right? Means database security, system security, network security. So out of that, which one area you plan to master? Then which programming language and scripting language you are planned to master as part of your cybersecurity career? And fourth thing you can put in the comment section, means we saw IBM security specialist, Google security specialist, and some antivirus companies, and even Windows security specialist. So what type of specialist you want to be, please put it in comment section. Hope this video will help you to design your cybersecurity specialist career. Thank you for listening.